This is a big one.
You know, Henry kind of developed that wide stance style.
The journey to becoming a UFC champion is often long and grueling, filled with ups and downs, sacrifices, and moments that change a fighter's trajectory. For Henry Cejudo, one of the most accomplished mixed martial artists in UFC history, the path to gold was shaped by an incredibly personal tragedy, the death of his brother, Angel Cejudo. This devastating loss was the catalyst that propelled Henry to become not only a UFC champion.
Yeah, almost a karate style.
Yep.
We saw that in the Wilson Hayes fight for the first time.
But also one of the most dominant figures in the sport. Born on February 9, 1987, in Los Angeles, California, Henry Cejudo grew up in a family that valued hard work, perseverance, and discipline. Raised in a tough environment, Cejudo had to learn how to survive and succeed from an early age. Despite facing many challenges, he found his passion for wrestling at a young age, and his exceptional talent quickly set him apart from others. By the time he was a teenager, Cejudo had become one of the most promising wrestlers in the United States, ultimately winning a gold medal at the 2008 Olympics in Beijing, making him the youngest wrestler in history to win Olympic gold at just 21 years old. However, his accomplishments in the world of wrestling were just the beginning of his journey. What happened next would forever change his life and push him to reach heights he never imagined. A tragic loss, the death of his brother. In 2009, just 1 year after winning his Olympic gold medal, Henry Cejudo experienced an unimaginable tragedy, the death of his older brother, Angel Cejudo. Angel, who had been a mentor and role model to Henry, was tragically killed in a car accident at the age of 24. The loss hit Henry hard, and it sent him into a period of profound grief. The bond between Henry and his brother had been incredibly strong, and Angel had been a constant source of motivation and support in Henry's life. In the wake of Angel's death, Henry was left devastated and emotionally broken. For a time, it seemed like everything he had worked for, the Olympic gold medal, his dreams in combat sports, had lost its meaning. He struggled with depression, self-doubt, and a sense of being lost. It seemed as though the weight of the world was on his shoulders, and it was unclear whether he would ever be able to find his way again. But for Henry, the death of Angel was not the end. Instead, it became the fuel for his future success. It was in his darkest moments that he made the decision to channel his pain and anger into something greater, something that would honor his brother's memory. The transition to MMA, a new challenge. Henry Cejudo's transition from wrestling to MMA was not an easy one. While he was an Olympic champion in freestyle wrestling, the world of MMA required him to evolve and develop new skills, particularly in striking and submissions. His wrestling background gave him a solid foundation, but to succeed in MMA, he needed to become a complete fighter, someone who could stand with the best in all aspects of the game. He made his MMA debut in 2013 under the guidance of coach Eric Albarracin, and began his journey toward becoming a force to be reckoned with. His early fights were a mix of victories and learning experiences, as he worked hard to refine his striking and ground game. Cejudo's approach to MMA was methodical, and he quickly showed signs of brilliance, with his wrestling skills providing him a significant edge over many of his opponents. However, it wasn't just his technical abilities that caught the attention of MMA fans. It was his unrelenting drive and passion. As he progressed through his career, it became clear that Henry was fighting not just for personal glory, but for something greater. Every victory he achieved, every milestone he reached, felt like a tribute to Angel's memory. The rise to UFC champion. Cejudo's rise through the ranks of MMA was fast, and in 2016, he made his UFC debut.
My name is Triple C, Olympic champion!
His arrival in the UFC marked the beginning of a new chapter in his career. The UFC's Flyweight division was stacked with talented fighters, and many doubted whether Cejudo could make an impact. His first challenge came in the form of Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson, one of the greatest UFC fighters of all time. Johnson was on a historic title defense streak, and most analysts believed Cejudo wasn't ready to face such a dominant champion. However, Henry had already made his mark by defeating top-ranked contenders and proving that his wrestling was an elite weapon. He pushed through every challenge, constantly evolving and working tirelessly to improve his striking, his conditioning, and his mental game. When he faced Demetrius Johnson at UFC 197 in 2016, he didn't just compete, he proved that he belonged at the highest level. Although Cejudo lost the fight in a decision, the experience was pivotal for his development. Instead of being discouraged, he took the loss as an opportunity to improve. He made adjustments to his game and continued working toward his goal of becoming the UFC Flyweight Champion. It wasn't long before he got his rematch against Demetrius Johnson, this time in 2018 at UFC 227. This time, Cejudo was a different fighter, more complete, more confident, and determined to leave everything in the cage. In one of the most dramatic fights in UFC history, Henry defeated Johnson via split decision to claim the UFC Flyweight title. The victory was monumental, not just because of the skill and preparation required to defeat one of the sport's best, but because it was a validation of everything Cejudo had gone through in his personal life. The emotional victory was a tribute to his brother, Angel. Cejudo's performance was not just a victory in the cage, it was a moment of personal redemption. A champion's mentality, defending the title and becoming a double champion. Henry Cejudo's reign as flyweight champion was defined by his relentless pursuit of greatness. He defended his title with an iron will, defeating TJ Dillashaw in just 32 seconds in a dominant performance at UFC 233. The victory not only solidified his place as one of the greatest flyweights in UFC history, but also showed his potential to challenge for greater things in the sport. Cejudo's ambitions didn't stop with the flyweight division. He set his sights on the Bantamweight title, and in 2019, he made history by defeating Marlon Moraes for the UFC Bantamweight title. By winning the Bantamweight belt, Cejudo became the first fighter in UFC history to hold two titles in two different weight classes simultaneously. His journey from Olympic gold medalist to UFC double champion was nothing short of extraordinary. It was a testament to his mental toughness, his ability to adapt and evolve, and his unshakable belief that he could overcome any obstacle, no matter how great. Legacy: a champion for the ages. Henry Cejudo's rise to UFC champion, fueled by the devastating loss of his brother, is a story of perseverance, heartache, and redemption. His journey proved that even in the face of unimaginable pain, one can rise to greatness with determination and purpose. By overcoming personal tragedy and becoming one of the most accomplished fighters in UFC history, Cejudo not only honored his brother's memory, but also cemented his legacy as a true champion. In the end, it wasn't just his wrestling or striking that made Henry Cejudo a UFC legend. It was his mental fortitude. For Cejudo, every title, every victory was for his brother, a legacy that will continue to inspire future generations of fighters and fans alike. If you found inspiration in Henry Cejudo's journey from tragedy to triumph, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content on the world of MMA and the stories that shape the sport.